Hello and welcome to another edition of UFO Video Addicts. Let me give you a preview of what I got coming up in this video. The first is a strange weather phenomenon that happened over Israel. Also have a strange object seen by the International Space Station. This is a strange UFO over, I think it's in Mexico or Brazil or someplace, I'm not too sure where. Also have this other strange light in the sky, not too sure where it's at. Let's see, this is a UFO recorded over Lakeview, Ohio in 2020. Also have this article here about the ex-head of Pentagon UFO program has documents showing the same UFOs being reported for over 70 years. This is about Luis Elizondo, talking about seeing the same tic-tac in the 1950s and 60s. Let's see, I have this video here about some Russian scientists who claim that they're using a new space telescope in a lake. Lake Baikal is the deepest lake on the planet, and supposedly these guys are using a space telescope to look for neutrinos, but I think they might be doing something else. And then last is this video here about Roman concrete and, you know, how good it was. Actually, Roman concrete is much better than the concrete that we make today. So we'll take a look at that. Anyways, let's go to this first video here. This happened in Israel, strange weather phenomenon. Let me just go to the beginning. Anyways, this video just repeats itself over that again, but look at this thing. I mean, is this a cloaked UFO? Or is it some kind of strange weather phenomenon? Anyways, the link will be in the description. Let's go to this one here. This is a strange object seen by the International Space Station.
Come on. You showed me before. Let me see it again. Last time I fucked it up. Come on, let's give it that clear shot that you gave me before.
And that's that. Let's go to this other video here. So I don't think this says where it's at, but
Exactly. प्रधानमंत्री क्या कुछ बोलता ना this got you put just something else.
let's see, that's that video. Let me go to this next one.
Help me hold this thing still. I'm freaking. There's something climbing up behind it. Oh my God, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Well, welcome to Florida.
Oh my God, there's 5 or 6 now.
Yeah, wow.
Look, hi, sweetheart. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay,
I
honey.
wish Donna could come out.
Look, okay, now there's a black thing laying on top of it. Look, it's a big Sasquatch laying on it. Look. Holy sh! Now it's his face.
Okay, and that's that. I think they said this is in Florida someplace. But anyways, a link to all these videos will be in the description. Let's go to this one here. This is from Lakeview, Ohio, from July of 2020.
Look at that. Holy shit, what is that? I am. That's not a plane. That is not an airplane. You see it? That is it. Holy shit, what is that? I am.
Yeah, that's one of our underwater neighbors. Anyways, let's go to this article here. This is ex-head of Pentagon UFO program has documents showing the same UFOs being reported for over 70 years. This is about Luis Elizondo. Let me see. Let me go down to where he talks about here. But the second reason there's a time aspect, I have in my possession official U.S. government documentation that describes the exact same vehicle that we now call the Tic Tac, seen by the Nimitz pilots in 2004, being described in the early 1950s and early 1960s, and performing in ways that frankly can outperform anything we have in our inventory. For some country to have developed hypersonic technology, instantaneous acceleration, and basically transmedial travel in the early 1950s is absolutely preposterous. So yeah, we've been seeing the same crafts coming out of the oceans for a long time, and our government has definitely been studying it for a long time. So all of these heads of these agencies who claim they don't know, well, you know what, maybe they don't know, but there are definitely people within within the deep state of our government who are quite aware. And Richard Dolan has even stated that he knows that there are hybrids that walk amongst us. They may be your neighbors, they may be some of your coworkers. They may be people that we see on TV, maybe some celebrities. But according to Richard Dolan, there are definitely hybrids within our society right now that live alongside us. But anyways, let's go to this video here. Let me just play a little bit about this.
Байкал это может быть, это, конечно, единственное озеро, где можно развернуть нейтриный телескоп просто из-за
Yeah, that may be true, but I at this point, I don't believe anything the government or any government says now. We know that Lake Baikal is the deepest lake. There have been reports of UFOs coming in and out of the lake. There's a story that Russian scientists encountered large aquatic humanoids in Lake Baikal. So I think that may have something to do with it as opposed to neutrinos. I think neutrinos is just a cover story. But anyways, let's go to this last video here. This is about Roman concrete. Let me just play it from the beginning here.
Place is more impressive than the rotunda of Rome's Pantheon. The whole structure of the massive walls and astonishing dome was made of the versatile and awesomely durable material that we call Roman concrete. Concrete was everywhere in Imperial Rome, from the walls of tenements to the soaring vaults of the great baths. But in late antiquity, after centuries of intensive use in cities across the empire, concrete disappeared. We'll explore how and why in this video, which is sponsored by Squarespace. Roman concrete began with a stroke of geological good luck. The city of Rome was located near deposits of the fine volcanic powder known as pozzolana. By trial and error, Roman masons discovered that adding pozzolana to lime and water made a remarkably strong mortar, which could be mixed with rubble to create durable foundations or walls.
Now, again, I definitely don't believe that they just happened to, to come upon being able to put three different substances together to make concrete that it's better than the concrete we make today. And not only that, then you would have to also, explain how were they able to make these things like this dome. Who taught them to make this? Okay, building things like this is not something that's done by a first-year architectural student. These structures required knowledge of advanced math, geometry, calculus, and a lot of other skills and knowledge, which there is no indication that these people were taught this. Like, there aren't any schools, right? There's no evidence of any schools where these people were taught how to build these things. And you can even look at let's see here, like this artificial harbor made out of concrete, and nowhere else on the planet were people doing this, right? I mean, we do know that the Romans learned everything from the Greeks, right? And the Greeks were using sacred geometry to build their structures. Who taught them sacred geometry? And another thing you have to consider is, right here in the Mediterranean, lots of sun. Everywhere else on the planet, people are living as hunter-gatherers. They all have melanin in their skin, except now you got a new group of people using building techniques that that aren't found anywhere else on the planet, and they also sunburn. They have a system of government. They have a social hierarchy. Right, but again, there's no evidence that a primitive society progressed to this state. It's as if they brought all their knowledge and culture intact from somewhere else. So now, I believe that they either brought it from a planet that was further from this sun, or maybe they came from in the earth as opposed to on the surface of the planet. I don't know, just my thoughts. But anyways, that is going to be it for this video. If you like things like this, please give this video a thumbs up. Please share this video. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I have more things like this. Take care.